Beauty by Altavis, a one nail demonstration of French tip with gel powder. These are my natural nails and I already applied base coat to them, and I always like to put base coat before I start my dip powder set. And I'm using a product brand called Peppy Gel. It's a really fantastic brand. The dip powders wear really well, and it is a 3-step process. So we begin with step 1 to start layering the dip powder. So I've applied step 1 all over the entire nail, and now I'm just going to dip the white at the tip of the nail so I can get that classic French. So it takes a few dips to really get that smile line the way I want it. And once I'm done with getting that smile line, this is my first coat where you apply the pink to the fleshy part of the nail. And then to get a second layer, you apply step 1 again and go back into the dip to get that white on the tips of the nail. And I'm really working on perfecting that smile line because it's really important to me for the smile line to look good. So it's taking me a few dips to really get that smile line the way I want it, but it's okay. I have the patience to get the line the way I want it because, like I said, I am an inspector and I will be looking at the nail throughout the week. And if I didn't get the smile line to my satisfaction, I'll just keep focusing on it and I'll just get agitated that it's not the way I want it. So I'll take the time to get that smile line exactly the way I want it. And after that's done, you go back into the pink powder and put that on the fleshy area of the nail where it usually has a natural pink. And this just kind of punches up that pink just a little bit. Just a little soft, sheer pink consistency. And I really like to make sure that I get every nook and cranny. Tap off the excess, always tap off the excess, and then brush off the excess before you apply any more liquids to the nail, whether you're doing step 1 or going to step 2. You always want to dust off that excess powder so it doesn't transfer to the polish brush and make the brush gunky and stiff. So that's why you dust off the powder. So what I'm doing now is putting on step 1 so that I can put the clear on top to encapsulate everything that I just did. And the clear is going to just sit right on top and allow me to buff and file without filing away the smile line and all the precision that I worked so hard for to get this French tip to look the way I want it to look. So here is the clear powder. I'm just switching jars here. And I'll just keep dumping this until I feel like I got every area where I polished the nail. I don't want to leave any part of the nail uncovered by the clear powder because it is essential to finishing up the nail encapsulation for buffing after I'm done with this step. And it's a bit thick, but it's okay because when you have it a little thick, you can control how thin or thick the nail is. And I can always file it down to a thinner size, but I probably won't file it down too much because I actually like the thickness and the density of the nail. The whole purpose is to make it, put it into a protective mode. So I don't mind it being that thick, and it still looks really good. And this is step 2. This seals everything and cures the nail so that it will harden, and then I can file it down and buff it to my pleasure. That looks good. I'm satisfied with that. Now it's time to buff the nails. And this is a nice little buffer that actually came with the Peppy Gel set. And it works well. It's just coarse enough to file it down smooth, but not too coarse to take off too much of the gel powder. If I wanted to take off more gel powder, I have other files that are much more coarse. But this actually did the job really well. And then I'm just dusting off the excess so I can get ready to put step 3. And that just creates a nice clear top coat. It hardens really well. And it still maintains a fantastic shine. Now sometimes when I apply step 3, the nail soaks up so much of it that the shine disappears. And when that happens, I just go to my trusty fast drying top coat called Séché Vite. And I'll just put that on top if I don't have enough of the shine from step 3. But it looks really good. But oh my goodness, I need some cuticle oil. But don't focus on that. Just look at how pretty the nail is. Focus on the nail.